You make good money. Your salary looks reasonable on paper, but every single month you're kind of thinking like, where's your money going? You're scratching your head just in wonderment. Sound familiar? Now here's the other side. Maybe you'd like to make more money and you're thinking making more money, a little bit more, then all your problems will be solved. Well, it doesn't quite work that way. That is, if you're making these costly mistakes. There's 10 mistakes I want to go through that most people are doing that don't even realize they're doing it. These habits are so subtle, you might not even realize you're doing them on a regular basis. So stick around, because number 7, this habit, for a lot of people, it could be costing them as much as $3,000 a year. So you really want to hear about this one. But first, if you're ready to finally take control of your finances, hit like and subscribe to the channel. You'll be happy that you did. All right, so let's get into item number 1, habit number 1, the subscription creep. I'll cancel it next month. One day I will use it. Sound familiar? You signed up for that streaming service for that one show that you want to see and just kept it on. That meditation app that you've used twice. That premium software that you forgot that you even had. The average person in Canada and America have about 12 subscriptions that they're currently active, but only about 6 they can actually name. That's about $273 per month going automatically out the door, or adding it up, about $3,200 per year of things that you're not even using. That doesn't make any kind of sense, but that's what we're doing. Right now, pull up your bank statement, go through it, and highlight every recurring charge that you have. Honestly, you might be shocked about what you find. Habit number 2, the convenience tax. Good earners, or a lot of people, often fall into the time is money trap, but they're kind of miscalculating that math. That $15 lunch delivery instead of the $6 homemade sandwich, it adds up over time to about $2,300 a year. You see what I'm saying? That premium parking spot, the express grocery service, that last minute flight. Do you see the trend here? That convenience, it feels nice. You feel justified because, hey, I'm making the money, I can afford it. But those micro choices, they really compound quickly. And people, I'm just gonna say this, learn how to cook, man. Like seriously. Like if you're buying all these things, having delivery, getting lunch all the time, if you learn how to cook, you can eliminate a lot of those costs. Yes, I get it. Grocery prices are astronomical, probably the most they've ever been. But if you learn to cook, you can avoid a lot of these expenses and save a whole lot of money. Learn to cook. All right, on to the next habit. Habit number 3, lifestyle inflation on autopilot. Tough one. So here's the sneaky one. As your income increases, so do your habits, your standards. That $10 coffee becomes normal. That's just what coffee costs. The premium gym membership feels reasonable. You justify it. That nicer house is just a little bit bigger than their last house. But each upgrade feels small in isolation. But when you put it all together, they can really consume your entire pay raise, leaving you no better than you were before, even though you're making more money. Habit number 4, the I deserve this mentality, right? I work hard for my money. I deserve this. That can really set you back big time. You think you deserve nice things, right? You gotta understand, like, this isn't wrong, but it becomes dangerous when every tough day, every successful project or stressful week becomes a reason or an expectation to spend more money. Yes, we call it emotional spending, and it's disguised as a reward, and it can easily cost $200 to $500 per month. That's a car payment, man. Going toward momentary mood boosts. Like, instead of looking at your long-term wealth, this is a real serious problem for many people. So don't get caught up by habit number 4, which moves us to habit number 5, ignoring the small stuff. There's a book that says don't sweat the small stuff. Well, you can't ignore it either. It's only $20. It's only $50. When you earn a decent living, or not. These small amounts, they feel insignificant, but $20 here and $50 there, that adds up to hundreds of dollars over the course of the month. The coffee, the magazine, the app purchase, the small Amazon order we talked about in my last video, that's death by 1,000 cuts. And death by 1,000 cuts is still death. A little dramatic, too much, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's move on to item number 6. No emergency fund strategy. I talk about an emergency fund in so many of my videos and in my courses because it's one of the main ingredients that so many people are missing. They think it's what's, $2,000, $3,000. You have to have an emergency fund. You cannot ignore this. Here's the expensive irony. People who earn good money often don't prioritize having an emergency fund. Why? Because they feel financially secure. So when life happens, well, if they don't have an emergency fund, well, they don't have a buffer. So unexpected expenses now all of a sudden go on a credit card. And then that creates a cycle where you're always trying to catch up, paying interest and always having a balance, and then feeling like you're behind despite whatever income you make. And that's why an emergency fund is so vital to have, because you'll never have to get into that cycle in the first place because the money is set away for the emergency. Make sense? All right, let's go to habit number 7. Habit number 7, the social spending trap. This is a big one, as I talked about at the beginning of this video. So what I want you to really visualize and think about is the dinners that you're having. This could be $3,000 plus, as I talked about. When you earn decent money, you often socialize with others and do the same thing. So dinners out, weekend trips, concert, rounds of drinks, bottle service. Like, I get it, those things are fun for a lot of people. You're not trying to show off, you're just participating in your social circle. Makes sense. But your friends suggesting an $80 dinner and you go twice a month, for example, that's nearly $2,000 right there alone. That just adds up. So you see where I'm going with this. It can be very, very expensive. So don't get caught up in your social circle, all right? It's really important that you minimize it. Still go out, have fun, but just minimize a little bit. Just be aware. All right, so we're moving on to habit number 8. And habit number 8 are delayed financial decisions. I get it. Finances, they're not fun. Planning, doing paperwork, I'll figure out my retirement contributions next month or maybe next week. I'll shop for better insurance rates when things kind of die down. It's a busy time. My daughter's getting married. You know how it is. I'll do my budget next month, next week, maybe next quarter. Procrastination is a big deal for many people. When it comes to your financial areas and your financial decisions, it can cost you a lot more than you think. When you delay optimizing your money, you're leaving so much money on the table, whether it's compound interest, tax advantages, or even better rates sometimes. So don't do that. Habit number 9, the upgrade cycle. Another big one. So I want you to think about this, right? Think about your car. Think about your phone. You often fall into the trap of staying current. So the latest iPhone, the newer car, the updated laptop, not because the old one is broken or doesn't work anymore, but you're upgrading just because you've done a couple calculations, you figure you can afford the payments. But this constant upgrading means, well, you're always making payments all the time on something that's depreciating. It's an asset, it is an asset, but it's a depreciating asset, and it's not building your wealth in any way, shape, or form. So try to get away from that. You don't always need the latest thing, whatever that thing is. And that brings us to our final habit, habit number 10. You have no clear money goals. No clear money goals. That's a big problem. So what does that mean? Just think of aimless spending versus targeted goals. What's going to get you to where you want to be faster? Here's the root of it all. Without clear financial goals, every dollar feels equally spendable. You're not intentionally choosing between, say, present enjoyment and, say, future wealth. You're just spending whatever on whatever. So when you don't have a specific target, whether it's a down payment, retirement number, or debt payoff date, it's easy to justify any expense. So here's a 3-step recovery plan to really help you eliminate those 10 habits. Step 1, the financial reality check. Track every dollar for 1 month, just 1 month. And I have a tracker that you can actually download below, right? But just for 1 month, track every expense. Just 30 days, not to judge, just to see. Most people are shocked by the gap between what they think they're spending and what they actually are spending. All right? Track it for 1 month. Step 2, the intentional spending plan. So instead of a restrictive budget, create an intentional spending plan. Decide how much you want to spend on conveniences, social activities, and lifestyle upgrades, if you will. Then stick to those numbers and don't vary from them. All right? Give every dollar a job. You earn it. Adopt a zero budget. So when you create that budget, every dollar has a plan. Every dollar has a job and somewhere to go. Saving, asset management, expenses, whatever it might be. Every dollar has a job. All right? And number 3, automate your wealth. Okay? This is so important. Automate your wealth. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and to your investments before you can even spend $1. Pay yourself first. You've heard this before, then live on what's left. The goal isn't to live like you're broke. Who wants to be broke? It's to live like you're building wealth. You're building for the future. You're building for the long term. The bottom line, you don't have an income problem. For many people, they have a clarity problem. Once you bring these habits into the light, well, you can address them intentionally, and your good income can finally start building real solid wealth. So I'm going to ask the question, which of these habits hit closest to home? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single comment and I reply back to them. And in many cases, your comment can help other people as well. If this video helped you identify some of the areas in which your money is leaking, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical financial coaching. And remember, the goal isn't perfection, because none of us are perfect, but it's progress. Pick one habit to tackle this week and you'll be amazed just what a difference it makes. So until next time, take care and God bless.